Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial. I am Rafael Maia and today we'll make a tooltip with CSS and HTML. So let's do this. Let's start. So this is a basic HTML document with some meta tags and stuff. And first of all, to build a tooltip, we need a container in which we can put the tooltip. So I'm gonna just make a paragraph, some dummy text. And I'll choose a word here to be the tooltip, and when we hover over this word, the tooltip will show up. So I'm gonna choose, and here's a document that will have this. So here I'm gonna choose this word and I'll wrap it in span tag, and this will be the tooltip container, the span. So put a class of tooltip container, and the stuff that will show up when we hover over this word will also wrap in an span, and we'll give this span a class of tooltip. This will be the tooltip itself, like this one, and you can put anything you want here, doesn't matter really. So this is basically the HTML. Now the CSS. So for this, first the tooltip container, which will have a position of relative, so that we can position the tooltip relative to the word that we hover over. And let me install the tooltip. Tooltip. These will have a position of absolute, so that we can position it. As you can see, it is overlapping the other word, but we'll fix that. And let's give it a background black, a color white, and some other stuff, border radius, 5 pixels, padding, 5 pixels, yeah, that's right. Oh sorry, this is just tooltip. So now we want this to be below the word. For this we'll have to use the top property, which will push the tooltip down. We'll also use the left property, which will push the tooltip to the left, and here 50%, so 50% of the width of the container to the right. And we want this centered, the center of the tooltip in the center of the word. So for this we'll use transform translate x minus 50%. This will push the tooltip to the left 50% of its width. So that's basically it. And now just this arrow, this little arrow here. For this we'll be using the pseudo element before. This will also have a position of absolute, and content, of course, you can't forget it. So it's nothing right now, but let's create this. I'm gonna put a color here, so just so you can see it. So border width of 5 pixels, and the border style See, that's it. So we want this arrow pointing up. For this we'll have to use the border color differently. So we'll need 4 values here. One for the top, which will be transparent. One for the right, which will be transparent. One for the bottom, which will be the color you want. I'm gonna put red here so that you can see it. And this will be transparent. So now we have an arrow pointing up. Now to position it, we'll use the bottom property, which will push the element up. Yeah, that's it. And left, which will push the element to the right. Here. And then to center it, transform, translate x minus 50%. That's it. Now I want this black, so that was just for you to see this. Now we have an arrow pointing up. You can make an arrow pointing to the right, left, or bottom. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. You just need to change the way you use the border color property. Like if you want an arrow, if you want an arrow pointing left, you'll need to put a color here, pointing right, sorry. And if you want an arrow pointing down, you need to put a color here, a value here. Transparent. So you can make an arrow pointing to whatever, to whichever direction you want. So for this, look, if you want an arrow pointing down, you need to change this property, which is the color of the top border of the element. This is the right color, is the color of the right border, and this is the color of the bottom border, and this is the color of the left border. So that's it. So let me just make this right. Transparent. I want this pointing up, so that will be here. No, sorry. Here. So that's it. If you want the tooltip a little bit more down, you can just go over here and increase this value. So that's it. Now the transition, when you hover over the word. So for this, we'll hide the tooltip initially with opacity of 0, and then when we hover over the word, the tooltip will show up. So tooltip container hover, and the tooltip opacity 1. Here. So what will we do? So when we hover over the tooltip container, which is this word, the tooltip itself will show up. So now transition, just transition of through 300 milliseconds, opacity, and that's it. That's the tooltip. That's how you make a tooltip. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned how to make a tooltip, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and see you in the next video.